Russell, I'm actually going to start with January because it is the window and we can't avoid it. So, first of all, has anything actually progressed in the last few days or in the first few days of the window that makes you worry about the squad you have or anybody going and stuff?
No, I often speak to Jason every day. No, as far as I know, it's all in order, and we speak every day at length about what we're going to try and do, and also being aware of maybe what could hurt us as well in the window, and trying to be prepared for that and make sure it doesn't. So no, but I think it's been a fairly quiet start in terms of interest for our players, and also we are, as I said to you, we're really prepared and things are underway our end, but so much of it depends on what happens. A cup game this weekend as well, so a lot of players getting games in the cup and people assessing their squad. So January is really quiet in general early on. It's a bit of a crazy window like that, so I think you just have to be prepared, keep in constant contact, and let Jason and the guys do their stuff. I really trust them, so, and they only bring stuff to the table for me when it's really important, because we have a job to focus on, concentrating on coaching the team and getting them ready for the game. So yeah, as far as I know, it's all good.
Every so often you get asked about Shay Adams because everyone talks about his contract being out and what's going to happen with him, and I understand there are many things that can happen between now and the end of January, but no one's really talking about Stuart Armstrong, who's also out of contract, but it's told us how happy he is at the moment playing under you and playing in a position he loves. Have you had conversations with Stuart, as in, is he going to sign, is he going to stay, is he going to see the season out and see what happens? Is he happy to be here for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I think so. I think this month there'll be lots of more conversation. I tend to stay away from that stuff, really. The chats I have with Stu are to check in and see if he's okay, see if he's enjoying himself, see what he needs from us, what more he needs from us, what if he needs less from us. I enjoy talking to Stu. I don't see that as is not my job. Really, my job is to make the players feel like they belong, feel like they're part of something, to enjoy what they do, to enable them to put their best version of themselves on the pitch. And I think Stewie's been amazing for us. And I think from where he was at the very start of this season to where he is now, I'm really proud of him, because I think it's taken quite a lot for him to get there after a difficult year or two. So, no, I'm sure, unless he comes to me and tells me he's unhappy with the situation or he wants it to change or whatever, then we will carry on with him giving us everything and us giving him everything, and then see where the rest takes us, really. So I think that is where that is at. I think he's a really talented player. He's a great guy, and I think he helps us get to where we want to get to. And then I'm sure after all of that, and maybe something this window, I don't know what comes up, because you've just alerted everyone that he's out of contract and we weren't talking about that. But yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know, and there's no point in stressing about it. And I think I have a really good relationship with the players, that they'll be honest about things when they're feeling something. Same with Shay, and we will cross that bridge when we come to it with any of them, really.
It would be cheaper to keep Shay than find a replacement for Shay. Is that still a possibility?
Yeah, I think it depends in which way you look at it. Because if someone offers really good money for Shay and you turn that down, and you're 6 months left in his contract, then I think that can obviously be quite expensive, right? So I don't know. Honestly, again, that's with the ownership group, that's with Jason. I can give my opinion on things, and also it's very much down to Shay as well. And again, we just have to cross that bridge when it comes to it. But I think I made a mistake taking Shay out of the team against Norwich. I had a planned team. We had a planned team for those 4 games, but it should have gone more on feeling, really. He was in such a good place. He scored 2 and 2. It's my fault, and I said that to him. I apologised to him, and he got on early, obviously, and played really well when he come on. So yeah, that's my fault. He should have played. And as long as he keeps playing how he's played when he's been on the pitch recently, he's been really great. He looks free, played with really good energy. He's taking shots on from everywhere, pressing like a beast. So as long as he gives us that, we'll be good.
Sam Adozie obviously was a worry on New Year's Day. How's his reaction been to his ankle?
He's going to be out for this month, yeah. Hopefully we'll be back by the end of this month, early Feb, ready to play. So it's not a long-term one. It's a really terrible challenge. It should have been a red card. I haven't watched it back. And it would have been with VAR. We spoke about that after, but it is what it is. Rubbish challenge. Really real shame for Sam. He really hit it got into his stride and was really playing so well. But he'll come back and be a big boost for us around a similar time. James Bree will come back, Camaldine will come back. So we have a big enough and good enough squad to get through until then. And people need to step up and take their chances and opportunities. But looking forward to getting them guys back as well and giving us a bit of depth.
Yeah, hopefully they will all be back then. But by that time we'll be in February. Do you get an opportunity to push the people above you to strengthen the squad because of these injuries?
Yeah, I don't think it's changed anything for us. I think we identified what we wanted and what we feel the team needs really early on. I don't think that's changed very much. So, and also I don't think we can react too much off guys that are not going to be out for a very long time. So, and then obviously it comes down to finance, comes down to what you want, and then what you can get. So they know how I feel about it. Jason knows how I feel about it. I think we're really aligned with all of that, and now it's about trying to get that done in the best way you possibly can. And as January is notoriously difficult, so yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm quite relaxed about it. I love the group we've got. If we can add to it and improve it, brilliant. And I'm sure we will. And then we'll have to wait and see what happens.
The FA Cup. How does your view of it change from being a player to being a manager?
Well, I like it. I really enjoy it. I enjoyed it as a player. And as a manager, I think it's a brilliant opportunity for some people to get game time after a really hectic period. It's an opportunity to keep winning. The guys have developed a brilliant habit of being really horrible and difficult to play against over a number of games now. So we have to maintain that. But it is a good opportunity for some players. We're going to have a really strong team out, but it'll be a different team to how it's been the last few games. So it's exciting for them. I'm excited to see some of them take an opportunity that they deserve. So I think we've treated it as we would every other game. We've analysed Walsall. We have analysed our last game as we would. We've been through it on the training pitch today about what we feel is really important. So then it's up to the players to go on the white line and make sure we win and try and keep winning and keep that habit that we have and the feeling that we have and the momentum we have. And for other guys, because we don't have many midweek games now, the team's been fairly settled. For other guys to give themselves an opportunity to show what they can do on the pitch in the next round. So it's the incentive for everyone to win and to keep winning. Yeah,
I was going to say with 2 rounds in January, those players would be great for them to get.
Yeah, it's going to be really important, really important for us. And it's FA Cup as well. You want to progress and you want to do well, and it's the best cup competition in the world. It's famous. So. We were talking about it this morning as a coaching staff, like your first final, which one do you remember? Everyone's is really different, but the fact you do remember your first FA Cup final tells you the importance to people in the game.
Thanks, Russell.
Alfie,
George.
Yeah, just following on from that, it's really important though, isn't it, that those players do take those chances, because if we look back at the Gillingham game, and that was a long time ago now, it's quite a different
really long way from the Gillingham game. I think half of that team we understood and knew weren't going to be here or part of us moving forward. Brilliant opportunity to play Sam Ammo, Jayden, and to give them a taste of that early on. So the squad and the team is in such a different place. I don't expect another Gillingham at all, ever again, because that was a pretty horrible experience for everyone, I think. So yeah, I think it's completely different. And I think the players are in a completely different place. They're understanding what we want from them, what we ask for them, different game situations, really incredible, and we need to keep developing that and building that. But I'm excited. I'm really excited about the game tomorrow for them and to some of them to show us what they can do, and they deserve to be playing.
Of course, every team comes to St Mary's hoping to win, but for Walsall, it's in a way going to be a bit like a cup final for them, isn't it? Coming up against a side who haven't lost in 18, they're in good form themselves. They're going to be really up for it, aren't they?
Yeah, they're in really good form. So we've watched them. Matt's a really good guy. I know him from mutual friends, and we've had a few dealings in the past. And good person, really good person. Understands the club. He's doing a really good job. Has the fans behind him, the team behind him. Brilliant result on Monday, whenever it was. We lost track of days. Saturday, I don't know. No, it was Monday, wasn't it? Yeah. So they have nothing to lose, right? You come here. I've been there. I've been on both sides of it. So I was in League Two, going and playing against Premier League teams with nothing to lose and playing completely free because there's no expectation. It was a brilliant position to be in, and I've been in a Premier League team that gets beat by a conference team, and I played for Norwich against Luton because the expectation is all on you. You make some changes in the team, and Luton came and played free, and actually scored Scott Rendell in the pub recently. Here he's playing locally at Tottenham, so he was a teammate of mine at Peterborough as well, and we had a laugh about that. We swapped shirts that day actually. Anyway, sorry, that is boring, isn't it? But Yeah, so I think they can come with absolutely no fear, nothing to lose, and that's why it makes it interesting. It makes the FA Cup really interesting. So we have to avoid being a story at the end of the day, I think.
Can I just ask you, when you were at Walsall as a player coach, is that where you kind of got the bug for coaching and that sort of set you up?
No, I didn't do very much coaching, so it was a really weird time for me. I'd had 3 months out of the game. I'd left Norwich and turned down a few opportunities to carry on playing in the Championship because of where they were, and I wanted to be with my family and closer to my family, and then nothing came about. And I really enjoyed a bit of time off and doing the school run every day and being with my kids every day and my family. And but it got to a point where I really missed, and I was still only 32 at the time, I think maybe 33, and no, 32, yeah. I missed being a footballer, and I kept myself in good shape, and it was difficult. And then Keatsy rang me out of the blue, Dean Keats, and he was an ex-teammate of mine who I had a lot of love and respect for. He was great with me as a young captain at Peterborough. And he said, "You fancy coming in? Like, can't pay you much money at all." I think it probably ended up costing me money and fuel and stuff and hotels. But he said, "I want you to come in, and I know you're interested in coaching. You can do a bit of the coaching." And so I did. But really nice club, really good people. Keatsy's a great guy. I'm gutted it didn't end very well for him there. And I was crap, really. On the pitch, I didn't coach at all, really. A little bit at the very start, which is I wanted to go there and do more coaching than playing, and ended up doing more playing than coaching. And wasn't very good because the place I was in, I hadn't played for a long time. I was leaving my kids and driving 3.5 hours up the motorway. It was madness, really, and I had a bad back and a bad hip, and the way the week worked out, it wasn't good for me, and that's why I left and went and played for MK because it was easy for me in terms of the schedule. And I said that when I left, and said it was a bit close to home, which it was. It was not, a million miles closer, but it fitted way better with my lifestyle at that time, and seeing my kids more on the schedule with Tiz. And I would be forever grateful to Paul Tisdale for taking me there, and because the chairman didn't want to sign me. The chairman ended up giving me the job, and I ended up taking Paul's job, which was not ideal because I have a lot of respect for Paul, and I'm grateful to him for sort of taking a chance on me when it could have been done, really. So my time there wasn't very good on the pitch. I took a lot from it, but I wasn't the very best version of myself, for sure. So of course I have a bit of disappointment. I just wasn't there very long, so because it just wasn't right, and it didn't feel right from the second or third week. And I spoke to Keats and said, "I'm really sorry, mate, but it's just at this stage in my life and my career and where I'm at, it's not going to work." And he was amazing about it, and so I was really disappointed, and it was a bad decision on my part, out of loyalty to a mate and trying to help him, and I didn't help them very much. So I am sorry about that, but it is what it is, and it's part of the journey. And it's a good club, nice club. Gilly played for them and had a complete different experience in a short time on loan, and absolutely loved it, playing under Dean Smith, and had a brilliant loan spell there. He reminds everyone he got in the greatest loan 11 of all time at Walsall. So I'm sure he remembers his time very differently to how I remember mine. I'm pretty sure the supporters remember his time very differently to how, if they remember either of them. So we'll see.
You said that to Adam, James Bree, expecting to be back at the end of the month. Is that kind of, we can't expect him now for these next few games? Yeah,
I think no. I think we will try and get him back a little bit quicker than the end of the month, but it all depends on him and where he's at. Really, you're disappointed for any player that gets injured, but for Breezy to work so hard, and Sam as well, to work so hard to get back in and then be playing so well and then to come out is tough. But they're going to be huge players for us between now and the end of the season. I've got no doubt about that.
Last one from me. Looks like Luke Williams, your former assistant, is going to get the job at Swansea. Feels like a really good match for both sides.
I'm really pleased for Luke. He's done a great job at Notts County. I think it's really good for him and for the club. I think style of play fits. He knows the people there. They know him. I think they'll welcome him back. And he knows what a really, really brilliant club it is. So, yeah, the only disappointment is a couple of weeks before we play them. So it will change the mood at that club completely when we go there, live on Sky as well. So it'll add a little bit extra, of course, for everyone. But my overriding feeling for him and Ryan, because Ryan Hardy helped me at MK in my first 6 months there as well. I wanted to keep Ryan on to carry on helping us, but after COVID, finances dictated that he couldn't. But we've stayed friends, and he was a teammate of mine, and then helped me hugely when I became the manager the first time, and we've stayed in touch. And so for him and Luke, I'm really delighted, and I hope it goes really well after they played against us, and I'm sure it will.